Welcome back, everybody. Episode 95 of the Under Review podcast. We are live. We're about to talk some college football. We're talking round one of the college football playoffs. We are talking upcoming games between Missouri and Virginia, LSU, Houston, and anything else we feel like we're going to talk about. But it's all going to be live right here on Facebook and YouTube in a couple of days or whatever. But we'll be right back. See you soon.
Welcome to the Under Review podcast, where Saturdays mean everything, rivalries run deep, and the SEC reigns supreme. Hosted by Todd and Marty, two die-hard fans breaking down every snap, storyline, and showdown across the Southeastern Conference. From the swamp to the plains, between the hedges to the bayou, no team is safe when it's under review. Now back to the action with Todd and Marty.
All right, we are live. Oh, that cracks me up. But this is the Christmas edition of the Under Review podcast. It's 95. We are 2 days away from Christmas. The actual episode on YouTube and Spotify will drop on Christmas. Well, I ain't got him, but we ain't got nothing prepared. Really, we just gonna sit here and
fly by the seat of our pants.
It's Christmas season. Ain't nothing getting it.
Nope.
But we'll start it out with last week's games. You know, starting off Friday with a banger. Alabama, a good come from behind win.
Best one of the first four games.
Yeah, best. Yeah, I mean, the Miami game was pretty good, but if you like defense, that game was pretty good. But it was also hard to watch the Texas A&M offense struggle. But
well, that's like what we said. Whichever team showed up.
Yeah, and I mean, and this was a similar thing to the last game that Oklahoma played against Alabama. They had more yards. They beat them by 102 yards, total yards, 362 to 260. It was just the pick six. I think the pick six right there, going into halftime by Xavier Brown, really kind of helped Alabama get over the hump and just,
that momentum just really stayed alive the whole game after that. And don't get it twisted. There was some fine cussing going on with Roll Tide Billy and the other Alabama fan in this house.
I bet it was fun. Like I said, we didn't watch the game. We were watching the challenge, and I love the challenge. But
prioritizing.
Yeah, who cares? At one point it's 10-0. I said, "Hey, we finished episode. So do you want to turn on the challenge or turn on the game?" And she said, "What's the score?" I said, 10-0. She said, "No." I said, "All right." I said, "Fine by me." And then when it got closer to the game, like in the near the end, I cut it on, but I didn't think it was going to be a good game. Once I saw Oklahoma jump up 17-0, I was like, yeah, they're doing what they need to do. It's just they was flat the rest of the game after that interception by John Mateer.
Yeah, when it got that big, I was getting nervous here because I thought the whole house was going to be on fire before the game was over. But no, just Oklahoma's offense struggled after. Especially the second half after the big momentum change right there at the half, they come out, and then Alabama picked up on it and just, B to A.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks to see Oklahoma go out like this. I think they're a pretty good team all season, but you got to think between Oklahoma and Texas A&M, the way they struggled with, teams like Auburn and South Carolina and teams like this is like you would think like this game against Alabama, which Alabama, I won't say struggled against Auburn, but it was a rivalry game, so it's kind of on different, you take that
different
with
spectrums of, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like how you say Texas A&M struggled with Texas. Same thing. And Oklahoma struggled with Texas. But I mean, it's just hard to see how when they play lower teams like that in Auburn, how are they not
Demolishing
losing?
them.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. Alabama moves on. They will play Indiana New Year's Day, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Or they play next week. But we'll go into the Saturday games. Starting off early, like I said, Miami takes down Texas A&M, and that's the first two times that an away team has won a playoff game, which was Miami and Texas A&M and Alabama and Oklahoma over Oklahoma. But Miami 10-3. Like I said, give Miami their props here. Even though Carson Beck only did throw for 103 yards, but Fletcher Jr. had 172 rushing yards on 17 carries. Average 10 yards a carry here.
I mean, decent ball game. I'd like to see more points, but I mean, I mean, we can get to Greg and Danny. I mean, there is some respect because you won, but your field goal kicker couldn't kick the.
Yeah, I think that was Alabama's kicker.
Well, it must have got swapped up, but at the end of the day, you still move on.
Greg said he's just now tuning in. The win was terrible at A&M.
But nonetheless, it was a win.
Yep.
So I get that you did your job. You did what you had to do. I mean, whether it's pretty or whether it's not, you're still,
You're going to play the number 4 Texas Tech Red Raiders now.
Crap.
I don't remember where that game is. He said neither side could throw because of the win. Well, I mean, Reed did have 2 interceptions, but 237 yards. So I don't know. I think Carson Beck, again, he saw a SEC defense and he kind of struggled. But again, Texas A&M's defense has been on the downhill these last couple games, and you've talked about it, and I've talked about it. I think even Paul Feinbaum's talked about it. It's just, but again, Miami finds a way to win this game. They move on to the next round, and now they play Texas Tech Red Raiders. Greg, could you tell me where that game is? I'm not finding it right now. I know it's a bowl game. It's not Pasadena. It's not Georgia.
Rose Bowl, Goodyear Bowl, Sugar Bowl, Orange Bowl.
Orange Bowl.
Yep. There we go.
In Miami, Florida. So
it's a home game.
It is. It's a home game for Miami, which turns my favors. We'll talk about this more next week. Turns my favors towards Miami in this situation. I think if they can win that one, they have a pretty good shot of, they'll move on. And I don't know what side of the bracket they're on. They'll probably play the winner of Georgia and Ohio State. Ooh. Or Georgia and Ole Miss, I mean.
It's getting tougher now, especially, I don't know. I mean, yes, Miami struggled a ton, but so did Texas A&M. And I guess with Miami winning, they struggled less. Well, I mean, I know there was Miami had some kicking problems. What was their?
Was there what?
I think he missed 2 or 3 field goals.
Let's see. I'm pulling it up right now. Keontae Scott had a big game.
From Auburn?
Yeah, he had 2 sacks. He went 1 for 4. And his longest was a 21.
Oh. So you're going to have to do better the further you get. That's inexcusable now. So
yeah, Greg says Indiana's a team to watch. And like I said, I think Indiana and Alabama will be a good matchup. I think that's one of the better. I think all the matchups for the quarterfinal rounds are great matchups.
Yeah.
The only one that we get a repeat of is Ole Miss and Georgia, which that was a great game during the season. Now both of these teams got better. Ole Miss lost their head coach, so how do you we'll talk about more of this next week, but I think all the games will come down to be pretty good. I don't think there might be any blowouts as of right now. That might change within a week, talking to people and doing more research, but and then we'll go to the next game, which was an absolute blowout. Ole Miss absolutely destroys Tulane. John Summerall's tenure is done at Tulane. He heads to Florida to get ready with the Gator Boys.
You're going to lose some more down there, too.
Yeah, I already lost DJ Lagway. I read about that. So with that, TJ Lagway, he wasn't going to enter the portal. He loves Florida. It was he didn't like what the coaching staff was going towards, I think was. He didn't agree with something. And I mean, that's your job. If you don't agree with something, what you can do now? You just go in the portal, play for somebody else next year, do whatever you want to. You might go play at JMU with Billy Napier.
And that's the thing that just still grinds my gears about the portal.
I just had one call me too. At least click a button or something.
I did. So, yeah, and that's the other thing. You get unhappy with the coach, or just for whatever reason, your locker ain't close to the ice machine or whatever. I'm going to go play somewhere else. That just lights my matches.
Greg said, I honestly thought FSU was going to Canada. Yeah, I think they were. So a lot of teams have that opportunity.
That Norvell?
Yeah. So a lot of teams that we thought were going to get rid of their coach did not, because the coaching carousel this year was so huge that, Penn State had that problem. All of their top 10, 11, 15 guys, that they wanted were gone. And they only, I don't remember who they got.
Penn State?
Yeah. It was somebody that wasn't on their radar at first, but that was the coaching carousel this year was so huge, which I think this might be something that we could look every 2 or 3 years. This could be the same situation because college football is constantly evolving. So you don't, 2 or 3 years your coach ain't working out, you can't. Which with Norvell, he's had one good year. They shoulda, coulda, woulda made the playoffs that year. That's up to you. Gets demolished by Georgia. But half their team did sit out. So you take it with a grain of salt when that happens. He also says he thinks Gus Malzahn could be the next head coach. I don't think, it does.
I'm okay with that.
I don't think Gus wants to come back to the SEC, first of all.
Matt Campbell is the coach at Penn State.
Okay. Iowa State. That's where he came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I saw their quarterback hit the portal the other day too. Which he's a laser arm.
I don't know that's like the coaches have their own portal now
it's literally just like that. Like
ridiculous.
Greg said, Auburn got Golish. He's a great coach. I think he's pretty good. His time at like we talked about before we got on, he can develop a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Spent his time Iowa State, spent his time Tennessee, and then USF. So and I think he's a guy that can be a program builder. Like if you take the years before him at USF and then now, they were a totally different team. I think they go from winning 3 games to winning 9 in 1 year. So it's a big shift. We'll just have to see how it transpires with Auburn losing 20 people to the portal and what they can get back.
Yeah, and just with Golish, or is it going to be another 3 and out?
I think that's the Auburn way. And as much, Gus was the last one that stayed around for a while. I think he stayed for 6 years,
Yeah, but the thing is, you've got to build something. You can't just, after you put 3 Legos on it, smash it and say,
Yeah, after Turble, you get Gene Chizik, who spends 4 years at Auburn, wins Cam won a national title, him and Nick Fairley. Then you go to, it was Gus. Gus stays for 6.
Went to the national championship, won 3 SEC championships. So,
but doesn't beat Alabama, so gets kicked out. And then you get Potato Head. 2 3 years, he's done. Freeze. 2 3 years, he's done. 3 years. So,
but between Potato Head and him, who would you rather build your program on?
Cadillac.
I don't think so. I think he had some inner stuff going on at Auburn. That's why that's beside the point of head coaching.
But you say that, and then they hired Hugh Freeze. As much as I'm a guy who forget the past, if you're gonna say that about Cadillac, Hugh Freeze had the same problem.
Well, I get that, but Hugh Freeze was a proven head coach, though.
That is true.
But then I think a lot of people that I've talked to that are really good Auburn fans, and even I think Free's wife said something about it. At the end, he was so tired. You know, a lot of people forget about his cancer and all that, and it was just wearing
if he
him
also
out.
wasn't playing golf every freaking weekend, you wouldn't be freaking tired.
Well, I get that, but I mean, that's
God dang, Tiger Woods, put the gloves down.
yeah, well, you about had that situation with Tiger Woods at one time. Anyway.
But on to the next game, you know, Ole Miss, Tulane, nothing really to talk about here. Same thing here. Oregon rolls 51-34, but they did give up 34 points here to James Madison. It was 14 points inside the fourth quarter, but I mean, 514 total yards for Oregon, 509 for James Madison, even on first downs, 22 apiece. James Madison got penalized 13 times for 113 yards. But they also was 4 for 4 on fourth downs. And had the ball 10 minutes more than Oregon did.
Yeah, because Oregon strike. We watched some of this ball game. We were at Brittany's work Christmas party, and it was outside, and we had it on the TVs and stuff. But when Oregon struck, they struck fast. They had 2 or 3 plays, and then big play, the next big play or touchdown. It was Oregon struck so fast in the first half.
Yeah, 4 plays, 1 minute, 38 seconds. 3 plays, minute 34. 4 plays, minute 18. 5 plays, minute 45. 4 plays, minute 40. 3 plays, 55 seconds.
Yes.
Their longest drive ended in a field goal, and it was 10 plays, 6 minutes long, and that was in the fourth quarter.
Exactly, when your starters are probably not in.
No, and you just want to waste some time because you've already won and sealed the deal.
Yeah, it was just a... And that got into a big topic that we were talking about with some of the guys at her party is, you know, why these Tulane and yes, they Big Five, whatever, they won this, but look at the kind of trash game we got from that. I mean, I get it. Every game ain't going to be by 2 or 3 points.
So here's the deal. I seen something on the interwebs. It was talking about have your 8 teams, they get a bye. 1 through 8. They get a bye. And that's 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll play 13, 14, and 15. If I said that right. Whatever. But they play, you know, this year would have been the Texas, the Vandy, the Notre Dame, and the BYUs.
Yeah.
They play in-game. It's a playing game, pretty much. You played your way. You beat a team. You played your way. You got there. Now, you know, which dwindles down the James Madisons and the Tulanes in this scenario because they play a BYU or a Notre Dame, or, you know, this predicament bracket had BYU Notre Dame in it against James Madison and Tulane. So
I think would have been better than 42-10.
Right, and because then at that point it would be BYU versus Ole Miss, and then Notre Dame versus Oregon.
Still, and that's kind of what we had talked about. It's just, you know, cut it off at like 12, and your top teams who gets in, piss on the rest of them, and gun it out like that. Similar to what you talking about, like have the 15 teams or 14 or however it breaks down.
16.
I do like that. The silly crap of, you know, going undefeated, but when you play in teams
like UAB and Jacksonville State,
Troy and you know,
Samford and all these teams.
JMU's only loss was to Louisville.
Louisville's a ranked team,
and and I see that to happen. But everybody else they played was, you know, like Springville South or something like that.
Louisiana and
right. And no offense to them teams, but this is elite. This should be the best of the best college football. And yes, they are good at beating their teams, but when they come over to the big boys play, old WCW style, it don't convert, and that's why we get trash games.
Yeah, I mean they could have been good. It's just
no. I don't think at any point. Maybe the first quarter a little bit of the Oregon game because I think it was like 3-something right there.
It was like 3-6.
Yeah, so for the first 7 minutes or whatever it was, and then we walked back and forth once or twice, and they scored 2 touchdowns, and it was I think
34-3.5.
Yeah, I think we ended up putting on Kill Bill or something silly. You know, it was.
Well, we'll talk about more about the playoffs next week. But now we're going to get into December 27th. It's the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, which takes number 19, the Virginia Cavaliers, who are 10-3, versus the 8-4 Missouri Tigers. And I think they're out with Bo Pabula because I think he's entered the portal.
He has.
So I think this will all be Virginia. I mean, ESPN says 65% in favor of Missouri.
Who's Mizzou's backup?
Matt Zollers. He played a little bit. That one game he started was absolutely trash, but
hey. What is
Zach Calzada?
What is that old saying that what's the little guy that passed away earlier this year? I guess every trash can's got his lid.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh, Mama,
Leslie.
Yeah, something Leslie.
Yeah. He cracked me up.
What, Mama? Leslie Jordan?
Yep, sounds right.
Yeah, he is so fun. Well, shit. But no, like I said, I was trying to look it up so I could see some. And you said ESPN had it at what?
65% in favor of Missouri.
Hey, the New Orleans Bowl's on right now.
Yeah, I know. Louisville's winning. Won. They just won.
No, the New Orleans Bowl is Western Kentucky and SMU.
USM. Dyslexic.
It runs in the family.
Yeah, I said the same thing. But I think without Bo Pabula, Zallers is playing. I think Chad Morris and this team, a very good Virginia Tech team, who did lose to Duke in the ACC championship. But I think Virginia can pull this one out here.
Yeah, I definitely like Virginia. I know he's in the portal, but is he going to play or not? Can they still play?
I think once you enter the portal, I think you're done.
Well, technically, I think they can say they're going, but I don't think anything happens till
technically the portal don't open till the second. Yeah.
So it is a game changer if Bo is playing, but like you said, I think Virginia Tech will be a little much without if Mizzou don't play Pabula.
Virginia.
What'd I say?
Virginia Tech.
Close enough. Same state.
They're sitting at home with James Franklin at this point. But like I said, I don't really see much of Virginia. I mean, Missouri trying to pull that one out. And then also Saturday at 8:15 on ESPN, LSU plays Houston.
That could be interesting.
Houston's quarterback is Connor Weigman, the Texas A&M transfer.
So is this what's his name's last hurrah at LSU? Nussmeier?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's pretty much done after this. But, it's a Nussmeier versus Weigman matchup, which we've got multiple years inside the SEC. 67% in favor of LSU. I don't know. I mean, I want to say LSU, I really do. But I like Connor Weigman and his character.
Who let the dogs out?
Jeremy.
Yeah, I do. We've kind of kept up with him through the SEC. I like him. I'm not saying that this could be an upset, but
I mean, technically, if you bet on it right now, it is an upset because you're 32% in favor of Houston. That's it.
Yeah, but Weidman's numbers are a ton better than
24-75 to 19-27, 21 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
He got a differential of 4 on the interceptions, and Weidman's got 21 touchdowns. Nussmeier's only got 12. But, I mean, he has been the biggest letdown, I think, of the SEC this year.
Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, it's just he had all the things in the world for him to win. And then
he had all the tools, but his box was
didn't
broke.
know how to use them. But like I said, that's pretty much all we got. It's a very short, sweet episode. Just getting over here. We're going to ran a little quick. But, I mean, there was really nothing that much to talk about. We'll have more next week. Justin Lee will be joining us. Cracks me up. But we'll see. We'll talk about more quarterfinal matchups then. I won't think he'd.
Will there be slideshowing?
Oh no, depends.
It could happen.
It could, and it also might not, like this week
and last week.
Well, we won't think Tactical Home and Pest. Chuck's eating an air. The Dadpod. Hayden Coker live every Thursday at 7 p.m. I don't think he'll be live this week.
Yeah,
But we want to wish y'all a happy Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Dreidel.
What's it? Ramadan, whatever you celebrate.
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's right. We're going to
Feliz Navidad, whatever. Yeah. I mean, we are in Spain, so probably.
Hey.
But we'll see y'all next week when we go under review.